everybody, it's Gemma here from made-by-gemma-crafts.co.uk. Thank you for joining me again today. Now today's project is this little notebook cover that I've put together here. You'll see it's got a pen in a holder on one side, and then I've got a notepad that I've covered with some of the designer series paper, and this one I have put on a little tab at the top so you can hang this up in your kitchen or your craft room, wherever you like. So there's enough room so you can either pop a little drawing pin through if you notice board, or if you've got a little hook you can hook it on. The stamp that I've used on this has come from the Crafting Forever stamp set, which is this one here. I've used the pens, and this has also got the little Stampin'Up copyright mark in it, stamp in it as well. So that's handy for putting on the back of your cards and things if you're a craft fair seller. Now I've actually made these to sell at craft fair, which I've got coming up next weekend, the 30th of July, and that's going to be a local one to me, so I'll put the information on to that on my blog if you want to pop along. So to make our notebook cover we need obviously a notepad. Now this is a tall thin one, and I get these in the range and they are £4 for £1. That's quite nice and cheap and handy. And then we've got some small pieces of card. I've got a little rectangle of Whisper White and some Tranquil Tide, and that is going to be what we're going to stamp on. So I'll just put that one over there. I've got a strip of designer series paper from the Naturally Eclectic designer series paper, and this one and this one, they actually come from both the same designer series paper set. So there we go. These colours on here are Tranquil Tide, Pool Party, I think it's Pool Party, so either Pool Party or Soft Sky, and Lemon Lime Twist. So I'm going to be using some Tranquil Tide cardstock today. Now this piece is going to be the piece for our backing, and this is 3.5 inches by 8.25 inches. I've got another rectangle here that we're going to use to punch out our tab for the top to make it so it can hang up. And then I've got another small rectangle of card here we're going to use to make our pen holder. And of course I've got another pen. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover my notepad with my patterned paper. Now I've cut this same width as my pad, so that's 2 3/4 inches, and I've cut it at 9 inches long, so I can fold it over the top of my notepad here. If yours is slightly different, just remember to measure yours to make sure it's the right length. So I'm just going to pop it on top, line it up, flip it over, and then I'm just going to crease this over the top with my fingers, like so. Then I can get some wet glue and just pop some across this little tab at the top. And then just push that down into place. And we've got, there we go, we've got our notepad covered up. So I'll just pop that over to one side. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut our little tab, for the top here. So I've got my scallop tab top punch, and this measures 2 inches by 3 inches, so I'm just going to slide it in on the 2-inch side, push down, and there we go, we've got our little top done there. So we can pop that over to there because that's done. Now I'm going to grab my scoreboard and we're going to score our little pen holder. Now this little piece of card measures 2 inches by 1.5 inches, and we're going to score on the 2-inch side. So our first score is going to be at 3/8 of an inch. It's a little bit fiddly. Then we're going to score at 7/8 of an inch. Then 1.25 inches and 1 3/4 of an inch. So you'll see we've got 4 sections here, and then a little tiny one that we're going to stick our little shape together with. So So let's get rid of the scoreboard, and then we can go along and crease and burnish our score lines that we've made. There we go. Then we've got our little tab here that we can put some glue across. And we can just fold this over on itself to glue it into place, like that. Just push that down, make sure it's nice, and then you'll see you've got like a rectangular shape that our pen's going to sit inside. Okay, so what we can do now is we can bring in our main piece of cardstock, and we can start putting our holder together. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick down our little tab piece first. Ooh, if I can pick it up. A nice bit of glue on there. And I'm just going to pop this onto here, and we're just going to try and make sure it's in the middle, nice and straight, a little bit sticking up, like so. Let's push that down. So we've got that piece done. Then we can put some glue on the back of our notepad. Run that all the way down. And we can pop this over to one side. So we're going to line it up with the top and the bottom, because this is going to be the same length as the pad. Just make sure that's on nice and straight. We can give that a good push down, make sure it's nice and stuck. There we go. And now all we need to do is add our little pen holder. So I'm going to stick it down with one of the wider sides on the back. So I'm just going to put some wet glue on the back of here. I'm just going to pop that there like so. There we have our little pen holder stuck down now. So we just push that back up. Just take our pen. Just going to give that a little squeeze like so, and our pen sits in there nicely. Now we want to do a bit of stamping and colouring for the front of our notepad. So I just want my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp in some basic black. Just going to grab my stamp. Just pop that on there nice and straight. Just going to ink up my stamp. Make sure it's nicely covered. I'm just going to pop that down in the middle. Just going to slide in my little bone folder there. There we go, we've got our image perfectly stamped. Now we can do some colouring on our stamped image, and I have got, if we get it around the right way, one of the blender pens, and I love these because you can pick up colour in and then scribble it off of your pen and it's gone, and you can move on and use another colour. So I'm going to start with some lemon lime twist. Just going to give my ink pad a little squeeze just so I can put some ink onto the inside of my stamp case. I'm just going to take the end off, then I'm just going to rub my pen into the ink like that. I'm just going to grab my chair and sit down so I've been standing up. There we go. Then I'm just going to colour in my pens. So I'm just going to go around and add some colour. You can use as many colours as you like. It's completely up to you to make them. I've just chosen to use some Tranquil Tide and Lemon Lime Twist just to tie it in with my design series paper. This one here, I'm just going to pop a bit on. Super quick to do as well with the one pen. So let's put a little bit more there. So now I've finished with my Lemon Lime Twist. So all I'm going to do is just take off the excess, and now you'll see it's running clear again. So I'm going to close up my ink. I'm now going to get my other colour, which is Tranquil Tide. There we go. And again, just pick some up on the end of my pen and just add and just colour in my pens again. There we go, so I'm just going to put some in the background of this one. Just pick up a bit more ink. It will wear off at the end of the pen. So you do need to pick up some more as you go. So just this one, I'm going to do some stripes, I think. I mean, I'm not the world's greatest colourer, but I do like doing it. There we go, and just a bit more there that I missed. And just go along, add in some more colour. There we go. And again, when we're finished, you just wipe off the excess that's on our blender pen. And we're good to go for the next colour that you want to use. I mean, they will get a bit stained, as you can see mine is a bit stained, but it doesn't affect the colour. You can just pick up your new colour and use it. Very handy little bit of kit they are. So that's our colouring done. So I'm just going to grab my rectangle of card and just going to use some Tombow to layer this up. Come on, out you come. There we go. Stick that one there. Let's pick this up so straighten it out. Just take care when you're using the basic black, because it does take a little bit longer to dry. So just be careful that you don't smudge it. Now we can fix that onto the front of our notepad. I'm just going to use some dimensionals on the back of here. Let's take the backs off. There we go, we can just pop that on down this end of my notepad holder, and there we go, we are done. Now this is a super quick idea, makes great little gifts as well. So there we go, there's my two different ones here that I've made this morning. Now as always, all the information for everything you need, all the measurements I used today will all be on my blog, and I will put a link to that in the description box below. Also I will put a link to my Stampin' Up shop online as well, so if you can go click that and shop with me now. Thank you for joining me again today, and I will see you again soon with another project. Thanks, bye.